when all the contestants were picking crabs and eating kelp. This big shot has already started building rafts. He cut down a large number of trees. It took a week to build a raft. Finally, they successfully built the most beautiful raft in the history of living alone in the wilderness. Can he get more food with this raft? Let's subscribe and keep reading. It's the 6th day. Half of the players have already left the field. Mickey is eating grilled fish in the shelter. Perhaps the grilled fish is just too fragrant. Attracted jaguar. He clearly saw a pair of shining eyes appear in the darkness. He was so frightened that he quickly took a knife to defend himself. The appearance of the puma made him feel scared. I don't even feel at ease when sleeping at night. I'm really afraid that the cougar will treat him like a buffet. As long as there is the slightest sound, he even has to get up and observe his surroundings. While I'm sleepy, I can only take a nap for a while. I dare not fall asleep at all. Finally, I just couldn't hold on any longer. Just pull up the sleeping bag and go to sleep. It's the 7th day. Mickey didn't sleep well last night. The appearance of a jaguar made him realize the importance of the shelter. He wants to improve the shelter again. The stronger it is, the safer it is. Danton sat by the shore early in the morning, enjoying the view. Even he himself doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how many people are left on the field now. I always feel that it's still very early for him to withdraw from the competition now. He completely overestimated the other players. Danton's goal is to break through his own limits. As for what limits to break through, he didn't say. There's a lot of garbage washed up on the shore. Danton is moving driftwood here again. The otter was bathing in the sea and looking at him. If you're so slow in doing things, the otter will laugh at you. I have no idea at all what he wants to do. Just observe around the neighborhood. Lux finally showed up. He was the only contestant who built a wooden shelter. But there's been no news these days. I have no idea at all what he has been doing. It doesn't look like someone coming to survive in the wilderness at all. The weather changes very quickly. Lux is also making every effort to improve the shelter. He cut down a lot of wood. The weather's been very bad recently. Alan is also seizing the time to build a shelter. He collected some branches and took them back. Just raise it up with one hand and take it back. These contestants must have no brains in their minds. Some also realized that there would be a storm. His shelter is right by the shore. It is greatly affected by the weather. He was a little worried about the coming storm. Danton saw the waves start to grow larger. He doesn't know how long this kind of weather will last. A heavy rainstorm meant that he couldn't make a fire. If it lasts for several days, it will be extremely tormenting. His shelter has always been a tent. I never thought of building a wooden shelter at all. There are a great many trees where he is. Danton was worried that the coming storm would blow down these trees. In case a tree falls into the shelter, then one's own life would also be in danger. Quite a few trees were blown down by the wind before. He knew that things would be very bad from now on, but there was no idea of building a solid shelter. These wild guys would rather quit the competition than do any work. Just blow down a tree and kill him. The wind speed is getting stronger and stronger. The storm that foreigners talk about, it's actually a typhoon. Alan was observing the weather on the shore, knowing full well that a storm was coming. There's no plan at all. Sam wrapped the leaked area with a tarpaulin. Compared with the shelters of previous season's players, the shelters for the contestants in this season can only be regarded as temporary shelters. It began to rain gradually. Mickey is observing from shore. Did you do nothing either? The rain is getting heavier and heavier. The waves are getting bigger and bigger. Danton was listening to the sounds outside in the shelter. It made him feel that the shelter was a bit unsafe. There is only a little dry firewood in the shelter. It doesn't seem to be a very heavy rainstorm, but it's winter now. The weather will become very cold after it rains. This is the first season of living alone in the wilderness. None of the contestants have much experience. Danton didn't know what to do at this moment, nor did anyone give him advice. At present, the shelter in Lux is the best. He built a wooden house shelter very early. Simply put, it's a wooden shelf shelter. It is the most primitive log cabin. There is nothing perfect around, but Lux's shelter can be warmed by fire. If Lux can ensure an adequate supply of food, then he is very likely to be the champion of this season. The heavy rain lasted until midnight. Sam's shelter was so noisy that he couldn't sleep at all. He lives right by the shore, fearing that the strong wind might blow away the shelter tent. Fortunately, the roof of the shelter is sloping. Otherwise, the water storage will collapse. Sam has been keeping an eye on the situation outside. I'm simply not in the mood to sleep. It's the 8th day. Early in the morning, the program team's boat appeared. Who on earth chose to withdraw from the competition? It turned out that Danton was going to withdraw from the competition. It is completely reasonable for him to withdraw from the competition. After all, no food was collected every day. A tent was set up here in just 8 days. Nothing else was done. There are still 4 contestants left now. It took only 8 days to enter the final round. This should be the worst season of living alone in the wilderness I've ever seen. Sam is catching crabs on the shore. When the tide goes out on a coast, there's so much food that it can't be eaten up. Why doesn't he choose to catch fish with a fishing net? Sam picked up dozens of crabs. Boil it directly in an iron pot. 33 crabs are enough for Sam to have a big meal. Crabs are very small in size. Sam ate it directly with the shell on. The crispy texture greatly surprised him. He said frankly that this crab was the most delicious food he had ever eaten. Sure enough, everything tastes good when you're hungry. Lux has a big plan today. It's so hard to have a fine day. He wants to build a ship today. Lux is the player who has built the most things among all the players. He is also the only relatively normal player. The sea is right beside oneself. He didn't choose to go fishing. The purpose of building canoes was also to go out to sea to catch fish. Can one catch fish just by sitting in a canoe? What does he use to catch fish? Whether he can catch fish or not. But Lux's hands-on ability is very good. The wood here is all very big. Lux split them open with a knife. This project involves a very large volume of work. It takes no less time to split a piece of wood. Lux is concentrating on his work very hard. But as soon as I stop, I will miss my family. He walked out and cried for 10 minutes. I've been alone in the wilderness for as long as 8 days. He has already missed his family very much. At this moment, I feel like a complete failure. But before coming, he said he was competing for his family. If I quit now, I would feel very embarrassed. I have no mood to sort out a huge pile of wood. It's the 9th day. Lux continued to build canoes today. He said that he wanted to find a spot to fish at sea. In this way, he will have enough food to survive. I have never seen him fishing. Since he brought a fish hook, why not go fishing on the coast? Isn't there a suitable fishing spot for him along the entire coast? Lux has no experience in building canoes. This was the first time he had built a canoe. It all depends on one's own cognition to build. I need to take a bath after work every day. It's just a simple wiping of the body with a towel. There were no tissues in the wild. Some areas were not wiped very clean. Lux squatted on the fire to bake his bottom. Try to kill the bacteria by high temperature heating. After taking a bath, Lux started making canoes again. Now, only a simple skeleton has been made. It's the 10th day. Luke was cutting down wood again early in the morning. The work of moving wood is repeated every day. Survival in the wilderness is as dull as going to work. It's the 11th day. Luke's canoe was progressing very slowly. When exactly will this canoe last? It's the 12th day. It's still raining heavily in the sky. The skeleton of Lux's canoe was formed. It's the 13th day now. The canoe began to improve day by day. Lux drinks water to satisfy his hunger every day. After having a full meal, they continued to build the canoe. On the 14th day, the framework structure of the canoe has been fully completed. What a masterpiece of the ages. Sam has been picking crabs on the shore. Didn't he bring fishing nets and hooks? What's the point of enduring hunger until now? Anyway, I don't believe he could have survived until now by starving himself. Sam picked up a piece of seaweed on the shore. Seaweed is the food he has eaten the most, although not very delicious. But in order to survive, he has to hold back and finish eating. After having a full meal, do stand-up comedy on the shore. This cannot do without the part of missing family members. There is also an indispensable sentimental environment. The entire clip looks just like a movie. Alan isn't much better either. He is grinding stones in the shelter. Alan has only 2 meals a day now. The morning tide and the evening tide each have a meal. Now he has become accustomed to the state of hunger. I'd rather grind stones in the shelter than go out to look for food. Suddenly, on a whim, I started singing. I'm really impressed by these guys. Mickey is exploring in the jungle. He saw black bear droppings on the ground. A lot of berries were observed from the feces. It would be great if I could find these berries myself. Mickey saw a hole nearby. He guessed that this was the den of a black bear. Whether it was him or not, he didn't dare to go up and check. Lux's canoe is basically completed. He plans to test it in the water as soon as possible. Lux has made all the preparations. The temperature is very low now. He was worried about whether he could warm himself up in time after falling into the water. So he collected a lot of firewood in advance. A fire also broke out. The OERs have been made. Next, just cover the raft with a tarpaulin. If this raft of Luke can be built, that must be the most beautiful raft among those living alone in the wilderness. Lux moved the raft to the seaside. He wants to test here whether the raft can float. Wrap the raft with a tarpaulin. As long as there is no leakage, it can float. After he tidied up the raft, then they began to test buoyancy in the water. He is sitting in the raft. The raft successfully lifted it up, and the overall navigation effect was very good. The stability also exceeded his expectations. Having a raft means he can get more food. Lux felt that this raft was very good. Even if it's raining, he was still excitedly rowing the boat. This raft is feasible. Will Lux be able to get food from this raft in the end? Look forward to the update of the next video episode.